last we left off, you guys had to do some paperwork, fun little paperwork things, but then you were called to investigate the supposed murder suicide of celebrities Maybelle Jones and her husband, Ricky, aka Rickabeal Jones. Arriving there, you guys found a lot of different, very interesting pieces of evidence that could indicate many different avenues of motivation, but have not yet, of course, caught a culprit um, to what had occurred. But what you did find was a strange being by the name of Alloy lurking at the crime scene. You took them in and interrogated them using a zone of truth with their consent, and they told you everything you wanted to know. Following that, you went upstairs to debrief just a little bit and what the next steps are when you heard shouting outside. Going to the ruckus that was caused. Once again, you guys were met with some protesters, specifically a gnomish man holding a sign with a justice balance and an eye above it, who was voicing their concerns about the recent events that had happened over the past couple of months and the apparent poor decisions that they feel like their leaders had made. And yes, all of you are outside of the city hall. It's about a little bit past mid-sun, still looking upon the protesters. Like I said last time, around 30 to 40 of them. Meanwhile, there are other citizens of Pyre who are bystanders, still going about their day, giving some side eyes and faces of confusion at what could possibly be wrong. I want all of you to make a perception check for me.
Perception. Okay.
And the terrible rolling continues.
5.
What is wrong with me?
I got a 12 from the basement.
No.
Let's see if these gay dice are homophobic.
Hell
Perception,
yeah.
right?
13.
16.
Nat
One.
20.
Oh!
Yay!
An ally.
Let's go.
Dice are
Allies! Hooray!
Let's start with Alloy. So, Alloy, you've been alone for a couple of minutes, and you can't really see anything out of the window. And so you've just been with yourself. You can sort of hear low, muffled voices, maybe sounds of efforts like punching, kicking from the nearby training grounds. Smells like nothing in here other than you. But yeah, it's the basement. Can't really hear anything. But what would Alloy be doing on their lonesome?
They're gonna be just kind of looking around the room to see if there's any cracks, holes, crevices, thingamabobs, ways that they might be able to wiggle out. Not necessarily because they want to right now, but they are in a strange space, and they're not gonna wanna be like anxious and threatened by strange people and not have at least a little idea of a backup route.
Sure thing. I mean, you don't even need to roll investigation to see that this is pretty much just a box with a chair and a table in it and a window. You figure that possibly the glass can be broken. If you wanted to like check by what means, then you're able to. Other than that, there's a small gap underneath the door. And that's pretty much it.
Huh. So, hypothetically, I don't know exactly how enlarge reduce is gonna work. Hypothetically, just because of my size, how big are we talking for a door crack?
Will crack underneath the door. I'm looking.
Is it
I'm looking
like,
at.
yeah.
I'm looking at my own right now because it's pretty sizable. I would say the crack from the floor to where the door actually starts is about like this. So what, like 1.5 to 2 inches?
Okay. I don't think that they are gonna be able to do anything immediately with that, but they're gonna start doing some math in their head. Like, can I raccoon myself out of this room if I need to? Like, can I make myself 2 inches tall like a fairy and just like really go for it? But that's neither here nor there.
Okay, lovely. Meanwhile, upstairs, Maeve, you pretty much see everything that I had described. A lot's going on. And Matthew, you said you got a 16, and then Jen, you got a 13?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'll start with Kadani, actually. If I don't know if Shay's still there, but you guys can let her know. What Kadani would notice is that amongst the crowd of protesters, it's pretty much an eclectic bunch. But along with the onlookers who seem pretty indifferent to whatever's going on, she also recognizes a group of feminine presenting people who are wearing similar performance outfits of the group that she saw last night, the Sisters of Selena. Tucking amongst themselves, laughing and looking at the crowd, but walking by, seemingly going about their day. But Matthew and Drench and Kadani and Maven, you all notice this a little bit off to the sort of left wing of the city square. You see the very, very familiar face of Angela Markle as she stands in front of a person who is sort of projecting this arcane energy towards her and her face as she goes, "And there you have it, folks. A seemingly spontaneous protest has broken out in the city center, voicing their opinions on the questionable decisions that have been made with the series of unfortunate events over the past hayless harvest season. These concerns are not new, as many have expressed the same sentiments of inadequacy for our leaders. On the other end of the scale, some crowds have given their praises to the improving conditions of the city, from agricultural awareness to legislative rulings on civil justice, not to mention the buddy admiration of certain enforcer crime busters who work to keep our streets safe and incident-free. Oh, here's some of them now." And as you see, she sort of looks off to the side of her, and you are met with Squadron Viper and their sort of newer uniforms, as they seemingly were genuinely minding their business, as she sort of runs over to them and continues to talk as it grabs their attention. "The minds and skill behind the curious case of the globe Snatcher. Would you mind stating your names?" And they all sort of look at each other, some with snarky smiles, some with genuine disinterest, as Troy Montmore, the human man, steps forward and says, "Troy Montmore, this is Sock, this is Roldsley, Tabby, Cadence, Cheetah, with Squadron Viper." And she goes, "And I believe that you have code names for accountability's sake." "And yes, that is what the Squadron Viper is for," as he takes a sarcastic tone now. And she goes, "Incredible. Let me speak for some by saying thank you so much for your service in keeping the sanctity of our home." And he goes, "It's our pleasure." And she goes, "Given your positions, if you wouldn't mind, would you tell us what you think of this lament for your fellow citizens?" And he proceeds to say, as he turns around for a moment and whispers, and some of the other members of the squad whisper back to him, turns back around, "Well, I think it's a plead for attentiveness for the betterment of the city we all call home. When we look upon this crowd, we don't see misplaced anger. We see passion and drive. We see ourselves in them. We see people who want to feel protected, heard, and seen. And they seem to be very proud of themselves for saying that statement. As Angela proceeds to say, and what would you say to those who may feel that these displays of dissatisfaction are not needed for what they want to achieve? And Choi thinks for a second, as Tabby whispers into his ear and sort of brushes her off in annoyance. We would say that the people deserve answers no matter the scale of the issues at hand. We can't speak for all units in our field, as he sort of glances over to you guys. But the people of Pyre out there who may have any doubts about the validity of this leadership, you can trust us when we say that we will do everything in our power to ensure that your needs are met and kept to the standards set by and for the people, even if that means knocking some of our own down a few pegs, as he gives you guys yet another side eye. And Angela Markle just stares at him in amazement for a second before shaking herself and goes, amazing and truly inspiring. Thank you so much for speaking on that. And he just nods and they start heading towards you guys and up the stairs of the city hall. As Angela Markle concludes, saying, you heard it here, folks. Action for change may very well be on the way, thanks to officials like these in our places of power. This is Angela Markle saying, burn bright, Pyre.
Fuck's sake.
Just keep moving inside the city hall. Don't address anything.
Maeve's gonna turn around and walk inside.
Matthew wants to assess the situation with the people that are gathered, the people gathered. Is there any sign of violence about, or like outbursts about to begin?
With your perception check of the 16, doesn't seem like it at all.
Okay. Matthew will probably acquiesce and follow everyone else.
Donnie is also going to head inside as well.
Okay. So, you guys head inside, and you are met with Bo. As he is rushing down the stairs and approaches you guys, Squadron Viper just passing him on the stairs as he greets them with the niceties, and he takes a peek outside of the door. So, that's a thing.
Yeah, but with everything that's happened, yeah.
The people have a right to protest.
Oh, 100%.
We've done everything we can. There's not much more we could have done. There have been lives lost. All we can best do is try in terms of reparations. Which, from what I've seen, we've already begun trying to do.
Absolutely. And he turns to you, a very apparent look of worry on his face, but then turns back to business as he goes, so, what were your findings?
Well, big starter, we have one in custody. I'm not sure if you were informed about that.
I was, and I'm to understand that they are not from here?
Correct. And also not the murderer we're looking for.
Well, I guess that's a relief. And he starts to walk back to his office, indicating for you guys to follow him.
We'll follow.
Donnie will follow, and just kind of double checking, making sure if there's anybody listening in on them. Like any other enforcers or anything like that.
Any reporters sneaking in?
Mm-hmm.
You can make a perception check.
Yay! Let's go gay dice. Ooh, 19.
Aye.
I'm rolling high. So you open your eyes and ears a little bit more, and you see familiar and unfamiliar faces, and you don't see Squadron Viper in sight. You don't see anybody sneaking glances. You don't see anyone in the shadows of the hallways. Yeah.
Yeah, just yee, and Donnie's gonna toddle right on after the rest of the squad.
Well, Drench, I think, got a pretty detailed look at the bodies.
Yes, sorry. They. It is strange because the female, the woman, she seemed to have been strangled and then torn apart. So it's not. I don't feel like this is some. It's odd. This isn't natural, I don't think.
Yes. And there was a witness there, correct, or someone who had stumbled across the body?
Yes,
The one-
Sinead.
The one we have in custody at the moment is currently the one that we've interrogated, and it seems to be a mishaps of circumstance. To have stumbled into this house for other crimes, but it didn't seem to be connected to any of the murder at the moment.
What they do?
They broke in and entered,
And
as well as had plan of thievery.
Typical day in town, am I right? As he winks at you, Maeve, and then sort of regrets his joke. Anything else? What have you concluded? Any leads?
We understand that they arrived to get together around the hour of 2 a.m. last night. And it seems that initially we believe that the body have been, or rather the individual have died between the hour of 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. But we're still waiting for the autopsy to return. We have some lead as to as to the last people who saw them last night. But we still need to confirm the name and location.
Oh,
the-
so you don't believe it was a murder-suicide?
they were having
We wanna-
marital difficulties, but Kadani, please.
I think that we want to keep all ideas open, just in case, just to rule everything out. Because, as you've seen here, sometimes things aren't as simple as they seem. Sorry. I have, and she holds up her little notebook. I have copies of all of the clues that I've gathered from the scene and the rest of them. And Donnie is going to basically hand Bo a copy of the notes that I dropped over in the general chat last Sunday.
Oh, look at that! Nice and organized. Pats you on the shoulder. Thank you. Makes my job easier.
Like I was saying before, if it was just a simple murder-suicide, it would not be as... I do not feel it would be as aggressive. If this was... It was almost as if he was not intentionally doing this, in my opinion, of course. Just how she was killed and then him immediately after. Which was...
I think it might be worth trying to do some speak with the dead to get some additional details. but there is no next of kin, from what I understand, here with Empire for either one of them.
I see. Well, to respond to what Durant had said, I do see your point in maybe the level of violence that had occurred during the murder doesn't quite match up, but you mentioned that there were marital issues. What were those?
Well, from what we could gather, Ricky was a fairly domineering sort, and his wife's father was very much not a fan of him and was encouraging his daughter to come home. We found some papers in the fireplace that said there was a request for DIV, and I'm assuming divorce, but it's not definitive yet.
I see. As far as trying to speak with the dead, that is going to be a little bit tricky. They don't necessarily have to be Empire. If there is next of kin, there just needs to be a relationship of familiarity that gives consent to the talking the body, but weren't they already sent off to autopsy?
Yes, sir.
They currently have been, yes.
Right. Are you sure that there's nobody that you could contact to obtain consent?
I assume we'd have to go through files to see if there is any relative that we can contact. But-
Maybe you said anybody close to them? I think nobody's gonna be closer than the maid.
I mentioned like a biological related
Oh, okay. My
instance, or
apologies.
oh, absolutely no problem, or yes, a marital status. You mentioned that she had received letters from her father. Is he still living?
He is. Her mother is deceased, but her father is still alive. Though I believe, can't remember whether, well, I might have to check my notes. And maybe pulls out a really horrific looking notebook that's like got mad scribbles and let's see. Sorry, my notes are a little bit difficult to decipher right now, but we could potentially try and find a way to contact her father. I mean, there's a letter in the study of the home that perhaps has a return address.
Yes, I think that would be a wonderful place to start, and absolutely agree with you guys. I mean, they are celebrities. They had competition. Perhaps they had people who would have gotten some sort of beneficial in their death, not only through fame but through financial. Like, I wouldn't write off the maid, as if she was the only one who was close to both of them, then maybe she would have gotten some sort of financial gain. And then on top of that, with the original notion of what had happened, a fairly high percentage of marital violence, murder is premeditated. So, yeah, I think you guys are on the right track. And is there anything I can do?
Actually, the person we have in custody, Aloy, I think that perhaps they could benefit from a lawyer, and I was wondering if maybe you could ask Aralina if she would be willing, or if she knows anyone that.
I guess I could ask, but I will call. I'll have a conversation with them downstairs.
Okay.
Can I insight check Bill?
Yeah.
At the mention of Aralina. This was weird.
Please,
You want to help
can
that fucking sewer rat?
Yeah. Can I do the help action by
Oh.
Donnie going, oh, so she's here?
Sure.
Oh, thank you.
That's
Yes!
crazy.
You saved me from a fucking natural one.
Crazy.
So insight. I have, I believe, plus 5, so dirty 20.
I have a 13.
You guys are getting super close lately. She's
Oh, well. No, she's not here right now. She's off trying to sell some houses, but she's been wonderful. And Matthew, when he's talking about Arlena, he seems very content and seemed like, having an access to a lawyer when it comes to Alloy was a good idea, and you genuinely think about it. Mave with your 13, he seemed a little bit weirded out by you asking that.
Yeah, fair. I was weirded out too.
Hey, real quick. If when you guys are talking, are you guys able to hear yourselves through my microphone?
A
A little.
every now and
Background
again,
noise?
just teeny bit.
Okay, because I see sometimes my thing lighting up even when I'm not talking. So
It's very
Only
slight.
very brief. Very minute.
No stress.
okay, just wanted to double check if I needed to keep a very tight ship on making sure to mute myself. Okay, sorry. Continue.
Let's see, you finished something. Yeah, she's been wonderful. Yeah, and you see him blush a little bit. But I'll go downstairs and talk to that suspect of yours. Well, I guess no longer suspect. Is there anything else I could do?
I don't believe so at the moment.
We just have a few
Alrighty.
more leads. We have a few leads we'd like to follow up on, get a bit more ideas of what's going on before we get the autopsy. And do you know as to when they might be done with the autopsy?
They'd like to be very thorough since they just received the bodies only a little bit ago. I would say by the end of the day.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Of course.
Out of game. I remember the mention that we were on lunch break. So I'm assuming it's around 12-ish, like 12:30.
Yeah, I said past, a little bit past midday.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
That's okay.
One last thing before. If we're needing to, I can go. If we're needing to wait for permission to speak with the dead, I can go and make sure that they last a little longer. If that's something that we need, I don't know. I haven't spent too much time with the bodies over that part. I don't know how it works.
I think I would hold off on that.
All right.
Alrighty.
Great. Well, we should
Go
get back to it.
team.
Yeah.
As he holds up his hands for you guys to high five.
Wow.
Thank you, Kanani. Yeah. High fives. Go get him, Tigers.
But she's gonna start
as
walking off.
As they're leaving, Drench is gonna turn to Maverin and Kudani and point to their notebooks and be like, "Do I need to get one of those? I don't have one. I don't know what you do with them, but am I supposed to have one?"
Maybe.
I like mine because I have a hard time remembering things sometimes. So it helps sometimes for me to think and like write things down because it helps me like keep things in mind more and stuff.
I'm sorry, just give me a second. I will catch up with all of you in a minute. And May's gonna go back to find Bo.
So where are we walking to? Are we heading to the cafeteria? Wait, Matthew, hold up!
He's just fucking gone.
Okay. So, you guys head out to do your separate things to continue beyond the case. But Maverin, you stick around for a little bit as Bo has seemingly gone back to his desk to get some papers, and Equil minding his own business.
Lieutenant, do you have a second?
Yeah, sure, come in.
Okay, sorry if it was weird that I asked about... I don't know any other lawyers, and clearly she's good at her job, so... I just felt bad for Aloy.
Totally get in, and yes, she is remarkable. I don't blame you.
Sorry, one other thing before I get out of your hair. Did you stop by my home when I was gone?
Yeah.
Is everything alright?
Yes, everything's fine with me. I just, you were gone, so thought I'd check in.
Thank you. Sure, my mom was happy to see you. I should catch up with the others before they leave me behind. Keep you in the loop.
Look out there.
Thank you. And I'll go and try and catch up with the others.
Okay. Before we go back to you guys, we are going to go back to Aloy. It's been even longer, Aloy. I feel like it's been forever. But then
my
finally, finally,
They've been practicing and they've been rehearsing lines in the corner.
and of course,
Like
Zona Truth
practicing the
has
order.
faded away at this point.
Oh, okay. I gotta
And
get a
that's when-
job.
That's when you hear a knock, knock, knock at the door, and you hear it open just a little bit, and you see a human man with some scruff of a beard, bright blue eyes, and longish hair in very official looking attire as he holds 2 little paper cups in his hands and gives you a smile, goes, knock, knock.
Ahoy!
Hello, and he closes the door behind him. My name is Lieutenant Bo Eckert. I am one of the officials here. Would you like some ginger root tea?
Sure, thank you. They're gonna
Of course.
just take and sip.
Okay. Bo walks over to you and places the paper cup in front of you as he starts to sit down, still smiling at you. So, I heard that you found yourself in a little bit of a predicament last night.
Yeah, I was a bit lost. Didn't necessarily know all of the right things I should have been doing. And I'm seeing that a lot more now.
I see, and forgive me if this is offensive, but where are you from?
Grow?
Grow. Wow. I've never been there before. Tell me about it.
Well, I was kind of a little bit, I didn't get out too much, so I was really just on the coast. It's really pretty.
Yes, that's a bit of a ways away. How did you get all the way over here?
It was mostly walking.
Walking.
Well, floating and walking, yeah.
Wow. Very admirable, I must say, as he takes a little sip.
I had a proposition.
And what's that?
Enforcer in training. Redemption through service. I have caused tears to flow in these city streets, and then I wish to revoke that swiftly. I believe that as the newest member of Squad Viper, I could break the case of the butchered ballot. Have my word, Pyre, the streets will ring with the gilded alloy of truth.
Bo just sort of looks at you with a little bit more of a forced smile as he goes,
Alloy
Wow.
almost pukes.
oh no, don't.
Mhm.
No, it's okay. You know, you want a job,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, it was brought to my attention, some of the guards out there, that Mr. Matthew had offered you a job, and unfortunately, um, there's a little bit of a process for that. But you know what? I love your drive and I love your spirit, and I know you were very, very truthful. I will say that there are some things that may need to be cleared up first before we can really consider you working here. As you are probably aware, what Squadron Wyvern had told you, you see, going into a person's home who you do not know without their consent is considered breaking and entering, and I am aware that that was not your intention, which is a good thing. I have a person who might be able to help you, as here in Pyre, I don't know what it's necessarily like in Grow, but it's a little bit of a domino effect, a system, if you will, where if somebody does something that is against the rules of this place, they need to essentially talk to a council of people. Do you have a council in Grow?
I have 8 gold.
Okay. Right. And that's wonderful, and I love that for you. So, yes. Basically, we're gonna let you go, but I think you will be put under a little bit of supervision, meaning somebody will be looking over you and making sure that you are taken care of until you're able to be seen about the thing that you broke, the rules that you broke. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that sounds like a job.
Yes. The job is to simply be.
I'm ready.
Wonderful. Do you have any family that live in the city?
No.
Okay, so this supervisor will be with you effective immediately. For now, we're gonna walk you to a hospital to make sure that everything is all right with you physically. And you'll be able to talk to a person about your experience. And that'll also sort of jumpstart your process to maybe working. Does that all sound okay with you?
Is it okay if we skip the hospital?
Sure.
Okay. I would just prefer that be a little bit more of a later thing, maybe. If there's like any important checks you need, but I really don't like being poked.
Oh, 100%. And we want you to be comfortable. Are you talking to somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's wonderful then. That'll make our jobs a lot easier. But, like I said, I'm Bo Eckert. If you need anything, please let me know, and welcome to Pyre.
Thank you.
Okay. He extends his hand towards you for shaking.
They're gonna like try it's gonna like take 3 swaths of getting their hair out of the way, but then their little hand's gonna like pop out of the bush of hair and just shake them, because they are just this like truffle a tree.
Exactly. And so, his words ring true for you, Alloy. You are met with a person who has sort of a reddish skin, golden horns coming out of their head, green hair. They're a very eclectic looking person who also greets you with kindness and care as they escort you to a nearby temple shelter. And it is there that you are given a bed and also a little bit of a pantry to consume whenever you'd like. But you do have to remain under the supervision of a city official.
Okie dokie.
But yeah. Cool. Now that we've done that, we're gonna go back to the main group. So, what's everybody doing for the rest of the day?
Something we are asking ourselves too.
Camera's lagging. That's a great question. So, what did we want to start with? I'm assuming we want to keep the group together, right?
Yeah. That seems most efficient.
Okay. Do we want to go back to the house first to see if we can find the address, and also if maybe there's like an invitation of some sort for that party?
I think that would be good. Are we talking in-game or out-of-game?
Do we know if all the evidence has been backed up and brought in by the other investigative enforcers?
Don't know.
I'm assuming that the...
I'm gonna guess yeah.
what's the word? Yeah, I'm assuming so, yeah.
Mia, would we know that based off of our previous experiences of crime scene investigation? Because I know Sergeant Crime had a squad that would bring in evidence for him to look at.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we did say yesterday, or not yesterday, last session, that the scene would be cleaned up and the bodies were all brought to the medical at City Hall, so I think, yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So go take a look at the evidence room. And which would be probably here in City Hall. Possibly finish off the Squadron Viper paperwork. I know, but we don't want to get in trouble. And
Need to be reported now?
they said something about the records room make sure it's locked and everything.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but yeah.
I
That's
did
fair.
find where her dad was from, Atmon. I forgot.
Oh, that one.
The moon element province.
So, maybe we take a look back through some of the evidence, and while y'all are doing that, two people finish off Squadron Viper's paperwork. See if
Well, I
we
can go
missed
ahead and
anything.
finish the paperwork.
I don't care. I'll go wherever no one else wants to.
I think also we need to go to, because he was supposed to go to a theater for rehearsal.
Oh, yes. I can talk to my contact on that. Okay.
I don't wish to have any other mishaps of proposition with interrogating any target witness, and so I can afford to do the paperwork.
Hey Mia.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, I do have a question. This is out of character kind of situation. I do have a question of how much blood was on Ricky.
A fair amount. It was
Okay.
splattered all over his clothes. It was all over his mouth, and hands.
Mouth.
And I know you asked, forensically, the drops of the actual blood, and looking at evidence drawn by the illustrators, crime scene illustrators, definitely indicates, at least the blood leading up the stairs and then to the room, seemed like the person was walking laxily up the stairs. Like they were not in a rush to get to the crime scene. Meanwhile, in the actual bedroom, the entire bed was completely soaked in blood. She had been there for a while, and the blood splattered on the wall and the ceiling and pretty much everywhere is congruent with him having been on top of her, continuously stabbing her in the chest over and over again, just up and down, up and down. No slashes or anything like that.
Now I'm
And then-
like, why was there blood? Why was there blood on the mouth? Like,
Didn't he stab himself in the mouth after?
He stabbed himself in the neck, and yeah, also like the the murder weapon does seem to be the kitchen knife that was stuck in his own neck. So
gotcha. All right, and we're gonna get the autopsies later, and there's a part of me that's waiting for like, and the autopsy shows that he died 30 minutes before she did.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't know. But yeah, cool. I think everything's just kind of pointing to this being an open and shut case, but just something's not sitting right with me. Maybe it's just because of all the trauma we've gone through.
I don't think it is just you. It's not. Doesn't make sense to me either. Although I don't know. I've not seen very many of these, so I don't know if it's common or not.
Not like that.
you guys are looking at the evidence, right? Sorry, I'm just making sure that I didn't get lost in translation.
Or wait, did we all go for evidence, or aren't some of us gonna go
I think
to papers?
some of us were going for evidence, and then while some of us work on evidence, Matthew is finishing off the paperwork for Squadron
Yeah,
Viper.
Squadron Viper, yeah.
I'll help with
Probably
that.
still in like the same room
Yeah.
while we
Yeah.
go through the evidence. Yeah.
I'll help Matthew with paperwork.
Okay. People who are looking at the evidence, which I assume is Drench and Kadani, can you both make investigation checks, please?
Yes, please let Donnie, the notorious one for amazing investigating. Please, Gay Dice, save us. God damn it.
The dice are homophobic.
The dice are now homophobic. It is 7.
Investigation is okay. Ooh, dirty 20. Right?
Okay.
Drench, make it, yeah, for it.
Okay, investigate, and then Kadani, can you make a history check for me?
Okay. Also a 7.
Okay.
The
Drench,
dice
can
are
you make a history
homophobic
check
now.
for me?
History's probably not that good because I don't have 16.
Okay, so Kadani, you're looking at all this evidence, and I'm pretty sure like what you are saying is equivalent to what the things that you rolled. You're looking at all these pieces of evidence, and you're not really seeing anything new. It's just really a matter of trying to piece all of it together and like try to find a way of like what would have justified this level of violence. Meanwhile, actually, I'll give you this. Since you explored both levels of the house, including the kitchen, you are able to sort of map out the path of which the attack may have happened. You get the strong sense that it started in the kitchen, given the tea kettle, the forcefully moved table, and then also the bookshelf that was in the study on the first floor, and then of course the blood leading up to the bedroom, and no other traces in any of the other rooms. There was a clear path. It wasn't like a weird chase around the house. Meanwhile, Drench, with your investigation, start with that first. When some evidence was taken out of the office of both Maybell and Rickabeel Jones, you were able to find a contact list of some sort. And not only did you find out where they were the night before, but who hosted the event. You get the name. One second. You get the name Trevin Dumond, who there was an invitation for a cocktail party event for All Hallows Eve. That was very exclusive. Meanwhile, with your history check, thinking about the Joneses and who they were and how it's maybe a little bit of a new, like a friendship ritual that you guys all have, reading the paper in the cafeteria, you do remember the paper saying something about Maybell and Ricky Jones, specifically about adultery.
Oh boy.
Were you not listening, or are you just saying, huh?
No, I heard it. I
Okay. So if you go to the city news, it was March 20th, 2025, that paper. And the coup on drugs.
Oh.
That far back.
What can I say?
Well,
Cooked.
that is interesting.
So yes, that's what you both find.
Recent birth of their adopted child?
This might
Guys-
possibly have gotten a lot worse than I thought before.
What'd you find?
I did not read it, but you guys told it to me a while ago. Do you remember in the paper that they mentioned these people? And I believe, and he shows her, he tries to find the paper that he had and shows her this part right here. Apparently there is a child.
This seems
What?
rather odd. That the mail would not have made mention of it.
The issue with this is that, from what it says, there was not any. They didn't answer any questions or anything, and I'm assuming that they probably wouldn't have said who else was involved in this. But that is a question. As well as the child. Why was.
Donnie is gonna kind of scramble because you said you found a contact list. He found a contact list. She's gonna kind of like scramble and grab the contact list and like flip through it, try to see if there's anything like labeled child in the contact list.
Nope. Every every name pretty much has the person's name and how they know the person, and there's nothing pertaining to nursery, adoption service,
Do we?
custody, nothing of the sort.
The people who are from Pyre, she is going to like gesture to Maeve and Matthew. Did y'all know anything about an adopted child for these two?
I would tend to read about the intricacy life of cultural star.
Mia, would I have heard anything maybe from Greenlaw about this?
You can make a history check if you'd like.
Okay, I'm switching dice.
Good.
Okay, that's better. Oh, that's a lot better. 18.
So Grilla has told you a lot about her career. As far as the actual rehearsals, she's not really the type of person to be starstruck. She has mentioned that not only is there obviously immense competition and a sort of two-facery happening in the performance and bard industry, but also how a lot of people make things up for publicity.
Okay. I've not heard about it, but it's not uncommon for these sorts of rumors to be entirely fabricated. At least that's what I've heard from my friend.
You think the maid would mention something about a child?
So maybe it's complete bullshit.
I was going to say the same thing about the maid, but if that is the case, that makes more sense that she wouldn't have brought anything up.
Unless there was a reason she had to hide it. Like if it was her kid or something that she couldn't raise.
Mia.
It might be worth require visiting the ignition if there is a name to the reporter who told that story.
I actually was just about to ask, because you know how newspapers will have a name of who
Yeah.
wrote it.
The credit. Yeah.
If there is anywhere on the paper that has credit for who wrote the article.
If you look, 1 second. The paper from December 5th, 2024, near Boyle Advisory.
Oil advisory. You said
Underneath the
12/30,
photo.
2024?
I got it.
December 5th.
Oh, December 5th. Okay, I'm too far down.
I pinged it.
Guy Marl? Okay. Jeez, we're going back far. Alright.
Is there a name?
Underneath the picture, it says taken by Guy Marl. That is a name of at least somebody who works at the Daily Ignition.
Oh my god, I am blind.
It's underneath the picture of the guy with the elf, yeah.
Yeah, well, I was looking at under the picture of Boyle Advisory. That's why.
The
Yeah,
ancient
that's-
texts.
Oh my god, just wait, it's gonna turn out to be a gnome from Romeo and Juliet.
We also know some
It's all
other
gonna
people who
circle
work-
back to that paper.
Angela Markle also works at the Daily Ignition, no?
And
Oh,
Eugene
yeah.
Vine.
And Eugene Vine, yeah. So we know a couple of people who.
But Drench, you did find the name called. Sorry, 1 second. Trevin Dumond.
Yeah, the Trevin, yeah, the location. Dude, yeah.
So,
Well, I think we have a few different headings. I think definitely going to the party, speaking to this Dumont dude, and also going to check out where he should have had that rehearsal, are good leads. And then we try to follow up with the baby or the child in both locations. And if we don't get anything from that, go speak with the reporters. I don't want to speak with the reporters, I won't lie.
Oh, and potentially
sure.
checking with our lawyers to see if maybe they did file for divorce or whatever that paper was.
Especially if there's questions of adultery, yeah.
Did any of you find the letter that I'd found in the trash from the office that was from Maybelle's father?
Let me look again. Did we find our trade?
What's the question?
Is the letter that May have found in the trash in the evidence file?
Yes.
The one to Dad.
Is there a return address on it?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, I'm gonna jot that down and then use it for later.
Sure. Okay. So, with all the information that you found and the finishing up of Squadron Viper's paperwork on the Globe Snatcher, you are able to set out. It is now late afternoon for sure as you set back out. And you are able to find a little bit more information on Trevor Dumont, as he is not a unknown figure. Specifically, that invitation indicated that this cocktail party took place in his private dock condo in Fettle. And so, I'm assuming all of you travel there to follow the lead.
To which one? Sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
Huh?
I didn't hear the last part of what he said.
I assume that all of you traveled there to Trevor Dumont's private dog condo to confront him about the cocktail party last night.
Oh yeah, dude.
Sure did.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
no.
at some point during the thing, I think Donnie is also going to state, we also should probably find as to who he was committing adultery with as well.
I
If it
believe
was
the
even
paper
true.
said you were.
If it's
If
even
I'm
true,
not
that is true.
mistaken, yeah.
What was
I
that?
believe
Josh?
it was.
I believe the paper said that she was, if I'm not mistaken, unless I read it wrong and trying to figure it out.
Believe you're correct. Yes.
I thought it was
No.
him.
It's Ricky.
Pretty
It's
sure
Ricky?
it was
Veteran
Jones' wife,
stage actor
folk
Ricky
artist.
Jones, wife of folk artist Mabel Jones.
Huh?
Oh,
Wait.
I
veteran-
think
veterans?
there's a grammatical typo.
Yes.
Veterans
Okay.
Ricky
Is it
Jones,
husband?
wife of folk artist.
Break it down.
It's saying
Mabel
Maple
Jones.
Joan was caught committing adultery.
Ricky,
oh.
Ricky was
Ricky
committing
was the one
adultery.
committing, yeah. So it should have been veteran stage actor Ricky Jones, husband of folk artist Mabel Jones, was caught
Yes, my bad.
committing adultery.
No, you're good. No worries.
Come on, I just don't know
By
how to read.
local
What he's-
photographer. So local photographer, that would be Guy Marl, would know at least who was the person. So
Right. So, you guys are now in Fettle. It's been a while since you've been in Fettle. You do see that the Dock District still is on the path to healing, but it's much, much better now given everything that had happened with the sirens. But the smell of the sea, is on your noses, and it is astronomically more breezy in this area, especially given the season that is at hand. Well, you navigate your way through it, and you finally go to a little bit more of the outskirts of it. And let me do a scene change to the Dock District for our new player who doesn't know what the Dock District looks like. This is
Oh,
the Dock
boy.
District. This is Fettle.
Can I find a lawyer book from my
At the
assistant?
shelter you're at?
Well, can I beg my assistant to be like, can I get a lawyer book? Can I get a legal book, please? Can I have a little literature as a treat?
Yes. In fact, the temple shelter is in Valheim, which is the Spice District, and they take you to a library known as Page by Page. Bring you to a librarian who's an Owlin woman who
Lovely.
gives you anything that you want to know.
Can I try and use my brain to just get like a little research on how fucked I am?
You
Like
can really-
like legally. Can Alloy try and understand the can of worms that they're in fully?
Yeah, make an intelligence check.
Gimme. Okay. I don't add anything. We got a flat 18.
Okay, so
They're thinking.
according to the Lexer Code of Conduct, you get the sense that the Lexer Council are sort of like the rule makers of the city. Breaking and entering is a minor defense, depending on what you did with the breaking and entering. If you had vandalized anything, demolished, or stolen anything, in your case, you had broken something that was not yours during your breaking and entering, and did take something, I'm pretty sure, right? You stole?
Yes.
And so that is typically, if found guilty, punishable by community service for a couple of cycles.
Oh, what? Now, what does that carry? Like, is there like a credit score in Pyre?
No.
Okay. Thank God.
I mean, you will have a record, but like you
Well,
you
yeah,
have
like
a
people
credit
are gonna know I did some community work, but like this is gonna be Mamdani's America. Like we've gotta. I'm gonna set some standards here. I wanted to make sure that like there wasn't gonna be like 3 years of like indentured servitude before I could be like a soapbox politician.
I mean, somebody like elections are open if that's
Not
also in your
not a
search.
successful one. I do want to clarify. But for
Okay.
the hopes, just in general, of they want to do some kind of positive reformation here, or like a club. Like they just don't want their club or whatever thing is going to happen here to have a bad rep because of them.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much indicate that, like, the Lexer Code of Conduct that you are reading, like, the punishment, quote unquote punishment, for a lot of the crimes, especially the minor to sort of moderate ones, aren't, punishable by, like, social restriction or community restriction or anything like that. It's pretty much just like, oh, you did a disservice to the city, and so now you just have to make up for that by doing service to the city, is pretty much what it is.
Hell yeah. They're locked in.
100%. So yes, that's what you find out with your intelligence check of 18, researching the rules of the city. You're just gonna become Sheldon. So Fettle, Dock District, with Squadron Wyvern. You approach a not necessarily like nice looking place. I mean, pretty much everywhere in Fettle looks the exact same, but it's definitely a little bit more expansive. There's a little bit more space. It's not so squished together, this property that you are approaching. Um, Everything's wood, everything's brown. Um, so, yes, as you approach the door and do a little bit of a knock, 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 you are able to see that to your right there is a tiny little thing of a mailbox that does say House of Dumont. And there's a couple of footsteps before you hear, "Yeah, I'm coming." And then an opening of the door, and presented to you is seemingly a dragonborn male with some like a half dragonborn person with sort of patches of scales of green scales all throughout their body, sharper teeth, sort of yellow looking eyes, definitely a mix of human and dragon. Fairly a short king sitting on a mighty 5'6" or so. Pretty practical clothing, actually. It definitely wouldn't be something that you would expect from somebody who would be friends with a celebrity. And it seems very much up in their years, as they say, "What can I do for you?"
Good evening. I'm going to show my badge. We are with the investigative unit of the Enforcers. We have some questions for you.
"Oh, did something happen?"
Yes, sir. It has. Would it be okay if we come in just to sit and talk with you?
Sure. He steps aside, goes, "I assume y'all already know me, but I'm Trevin. Come in."
Nice to meet you. Go inside.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
"Whoa," he says to Drench. "Big guy. You with you?"
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Sorry.
Show me the badge, Trent.
Yeah, he'll show his badge and hold his hand out for to shake it.
He grips it very firm, shakes it. "Nice to meet you. Come on in, take a seat. Everywhere that's comfortable. Anyone want a beverage of any sort? A consumable?"
No.
I'm
thank you.
good, thank you, though.
We'll be fine.
Sure thing, sure thing. And when you walk into this space, everything's patterned. Nothing matches. There's a lot of different
Oh,
animal
no.
prints. There's like nautical antiques, but also like very regal looking. Some like elven, gnomish. There's some dragonborn. There's some dwarven memorabilia. Just like this person is not a hoarder, but definitely can't decide on a taste. It's an explosion of a place. And you see that the couch is very weird, like abstract looking shape with like this weird textured fur that you can't quite place. As he stands before you, a glass of water in his hand.
When was the last time you saw Maybelle and Ricky Jones?
Oh, saw him last night.
When exactly?
I came over for a party I had here in this very room. Just a little thing that us actors like to do. Set our career straight. Party started around 9 p.m. or so.
And when did they leave?
Left around like 1 in the morning. But a little strange.
Little
How's-
strange how?
Well, you know, it's some thing that happened with somebody else. It ain't a big deal.
Could you
What
elaborate?
happened?
All of you make persuasion checks with disadvantage.
Oh, fuck that.
If I smile really big, do they get advantage?
No.
No.
I do not know where the gay dice went. So I am giving myself Bardic.
Everyone panic, look for the gay dice.
I'm gonna add a commending presence to it as a d8.
10.
Oh!
So that is a 1d8.
So that's 9 plus 7 plus.
That was a waste of a d. That I'm using it though. Why did I add persuasion? Why did I add Bardic to? I'm stupid. Hold on.
Ooh.
Give me 1 second. I'm really fucking dumb. So that's a 27 plus 7.
Oh,
Wow.
So that's a 34 from Donnie.
That, I have a 23, which is absolutely outshine by that, but.
Oh, that's a disadvantage. That's right. Hold on.
Oh.
Yes, with disadvantage.
So hold on. That's 15
wait.
plus 7. So that is gonna be 22.
22.
Yeah,
13,
so
I'm
22
sorry.
is the disadvantage one.
23 with disadvantage, used, commending presence dice. So, yeah.
8.
So, with the having just met you and the percentage. Why? What? Tell us.
Actually,
Uh,
pause. I apologize. I forgot. It is not a 20. That is 17 plus 7. So that is 24. Apologies.
Okay. So yeah, he is very weirded out and seems to be a little offended by like the pushiness, but then there seems to be a washover of a look of worry and concern. Wait. Why are you here? Why are you asking about Ricky? Did something happen?
Unfortunately, yes, sir. We are investigating into their deaths, and we are wanting to see as to what may have caused it, to bring them justice and closure.
What do you mean deaths?
This
They were
morning
found-
we were. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
You go, you're fine.
This morning we were sent on to their household to do an investigation regarding the find of their body.
Body? What are you saying to me right now?
They were murdered.
Donnie is going to get up, and she's going to just very gently guide him to sit down. And nodding to Maeve. I am so sorry for your loss, sir. Unfortunately, both Mabel and Ricky have passed.
All right, where's the projection stab? You got me. Wow. Funny joke, you guys. Is this like for a show or something? A
Unfortunately,
new production.
Unfortunately, this is still an ongoing investigation as well, so.
You're amongst the first to know of this information, and so we would kindly request that you do not share more information than needed to the general public.
You guys are serious?
We certainly
Yes.
are, sir.
Deadly.
You see his face frozen in disbelief. As you can see, like, literally internally, it's all, like, crashing down on him. He goes like, what the fuck? Ricky and May. They're dead.
Yes. Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. I really am.
Well, who did it?
That's
That
what
is
we're trying to
what
find
we're-
out.
That's why I would like you to cooperate as much as you can regarding the last time that you saw them and if there was any altercation that could help us identify the murderer.
There are no small
You guys
details.
need to give me 2 fucking seconds right now. And he starts to go over to a kitchen and starts to pour himself a brown liquid and starts gulping it down.
While everyone is talking, Drench is just gonna keep an eye on him and like try and read him to see if he can pick up anything like odd from his behaviors.
Yeah, roll insight if you'd like.
Okay, please. He's up here. Not as good as I was hoping. 21.
His eyebrows are raised, his eyes are going buggy, and he's stuttering over his words and seems very frantic. While seemingly processing everything that you guys had just told him.
Take as much time as you need, sir. I know that this is a lot.
I've known the Rickabeal Jones for years. They were just here. Oh, fuck, we were just having a good time. They came over. We do it every fucking year. It's just a party with a bunch of script writers and actors and producers and executives of the industry that I'm close with. We network and we exchange projects and
It seemed that you were starting to point out to us a circumstance that would be odd during last night.
yeah. Rickabeal and I, we got close a few years ago because I'm a script writer, he's an actor, and we got to know each other a lot in that time. There was this friend of a friend who came in. I didn't really give a shit or think about it any way when this person showed up. I think his name was Orphim Say. He was talking to Ricky, and from what I could overhear and understand, really half paying attention. Fucking shit. Takes another second. Heard something about a play that Orphan was writing. But something about him having to be in a romance, him being the romantic interest. But that's the thing about Rickabeal. He, working with me, he always refused to do anything explicit in the love category, out of respect of Maybell. Shit. Well, shit, yeah. Especially after this shit that came out in the paper a couple cycles ago, with this fucking bullshit story about him cheating and everything. It's disrespectful to Rickabeal, insinuating that sort of shit. And then on top of that, sort of insinuating, throwing jabs about how she was fading in the spotlight because she was taking a break.
Orphan was insulting Mabel?
Well, Rickabeal never gets angry. Only really does when somebody says something about his wife. I know him. Or what the fuck ever. And he continues to say, the shit about him cheating wasn't even true either. It wasn't some asshole from a rehearsal of a play that he was in called The Request of Divinity or some shit. He was seen hugging his co-star Janice fucking Mock too. It was just annoying, trust me. not his type at all. His type is his woman. And it's just all fucking bullshit. Same thing with the child shit, but that's something that they sort of let slip by. And they made it seem like it was an actual tangible living being, but they were just thinking about getting a dog and somebody misheard them. And God, I fucking hate these people. As he continues to pour himself another drink. The angriest I've ever seen Ricker Beale in my entire life was last night when he left. Of course, I made sure that they were both okay, but you do not talk about his wife. Especially since the poor guy, I mean, no, I don't think that's relevant.
What happened?
Make another persuasion check.
22.
Ah, damn.
Let's go.
Rick, forgive me. As he looks up. The man was confident, talented as hell. But he was extremely insecure about himself and his marriage. Not even his career gave him such things. I mean, he felt like he didn't deserve Maybelle, and she loved him. She loved him to pieces. And he loved her. But as y'all probably already know, she left her home to be with him, and it crushed him. And after her mother died, and Maybelle was in that little rut, he couldn't bear it like that. Always felt like he needed to do more for her.
What more would he do for her?
Oh, well, anything, really, anything she wanted. I mean, he would probably go to the ends of this planet to make her happy, but she just wanted space. She felt like he was hopeless. He couldn't do anything to make her feel better.
Do you have an address for this orphan, say, or for the Janice Mock too, the co-star?
I think so. He walks over to a table with a drawer, opens it, and flips through a little bit of a book. I've worked with Janice a couple times. Lives in rural lands of Valheim. As far as orphans say, I have no fucking clue. Like I said, I never knew the guy personally.
Can you describe Orphan? Like, what was just any sort of description for him?
Yeah, he was this very spry looking fellow. He was pretty short. I want to say he was Earth Genasi fella.
I take it that last night was a rather private little event gathering. How many were you, by chance?
Just about 15 to 20 of us.
I'm going to ask you something that might be hard to hear, but I need to ask it straight. Do you think that Ricky would be capable of killing Maybelle?
Fuck no. He loved that woman to pieces.
Can I do a insight check? Not that think that he's lying, but how convinced is he that he is he 100% like Ricky would never do this in his entire life, or is there just a flicker of maybe?
You can make an insight check.
Okay.
To pieces, they say.
6.
I mean, this entire conversation, he has been extremely dumbfounded by everything that you guys have said, and like still seems on the brink of like, not the brink, but he still seems like he's completely in disbelief by the entire situation. Especially reminiscing about last night. I think that's really what's probably occupying his brain in this moment. But no, he seems 100% sure that his close friend would never hurt his wife in any way.
Can you think of anyone or any reason why someone would hurt them?
Well, sure. There's tons of jealousy amongst everyone, really. I think Ricky and Mabel were the only ones who weren't really jealous, just a little envious, I guess. But never consume them. I know lots of people who are consumed by the idea of getting the spotlight. But sure. I mean, if I were to give you a list of all the people that were jealous of them, damn near be the size of the city.
Would there be anyone within their close entourage? Perhaps that come to mind. Someone they had disagreement over a few times or once that was of a certain size.
No. They pretty much kept it themselves. They're very private. I'm one of the only people that Ricky would talk to intimately about these things. Especially since where he came from, being Goliath and all. Didn't want to be trapped in false relationships.
Do you know if Mabel had a confidence similar to you and Ricky? That she could have shared information as such?
I mean, I was very fond of Mabel. Wasn't as close with her, but from what Ricky had told me, they knew everything about each other. As far as Mabel having friends of her own in the city, I mean, maybe, probably, sure, but it seems like that made of theirs were really close.
Anyone have anything else?
In terms of their relationship, we know Ricky very dearly loved his wife. What about the opposite? I know that she came here to be with him. Was there any friction that you may have felt from her side, besides her just needing that space?
Maybe her family. I know she missed them a lot, and that's pretty much it. I know she was the type of person that she was upset she needed her space, and that would really kill Ricky, but that's who she was, and he accepted it.
And how long again did you, if you had mentioned it, that they were together again?
Ricky and Mabel?
Yes.
Oh, long time. Ever since I've known them, which is what, 5-6 years now. If I remember correctly, something about 8-9 years. Married, but before then, couldn't really tell you.
How did they meet?
Ricky was a Goliath. Half Goliath, mind you. And so Goliaths naturally are a little bit here and there type of people. And he was a performer. he would travel around the continent, and they met in Atwan, the Moon Element province.
Okay. And do you know if the Joneses had anywhere else they were going to go after they left your party?
No,
So
he
you were
was
one of the last to see them.
yes. He just said he was pissed off by what that son of a bitch said, and I said, "All right, see you later," and they left. I was really too drunk to. And it seems like he almost said care, but then, like, what's that called?
Do you know?
Kicks himself for almost saying that. Like, I should have cared more.
I'm so sorry for your loss, sir. I know this is a lot. Do you know if there was anybody who left immediately after them?
No.
Do you know what state Mabel was in when she left with him?
She was trying to calm him down. She wasn't really a partaker in party activities, if you know what I mean, as opposed to the rest of us. So,
And this question here I do have. Of the substances consumed at the party, would you be willing to let us know as to what they may have consumed? Or what Ricky may have consumed?
just alcohol, ale, wine.
Okay. And you, how long did the party go on after that?
Whew. I woke up on my boat at around 6 a.m.
Was there anyone else with you?
Well, man doesn't kiss and tell, but I will say that if I had to guess, probably wee hours of the morning, 4, 5, 6 a.m.
But there were people who could account for your whereabouts all night.
Yes, ma'am.
Gotcha.
I understand.
Is there anything else of note that you would like to share with us?
Just catch the motherfucker.
It's our job. If there's anything else you think of, you can find us at City Hall. Maybe we'll give them a card. Ask for Squadron Wyvern.
Squadron Wyvern.
In
Remember
the
you,
mean-
big guy.
What do you say?
He
What?
said, "I'll remember you." He said, "I'll remember you, big guy." As Drench has been silent this entire time.
Yeah.
That's our drench.
Alright. In the meantime, please take discretion to the utmost. Urgency as to not leak information regarding this situation that could damage our sort.
My concern, as well as you've mentioned so much of the reporters reporting against them, I just want to make sure that nothing gets reported to that might hurt the reputation.
Of anyone
Of
involved.
course not. Trust me. If anyone knows about the vulturousness of the media, it's me. So, I wouldn't do that to Ricky. Or Maybell. They deserve so much better.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for cooperating with us, sir. My condolences, and I'm so sorry for your loss.
Seems like for the first time since having this conversation, you see a little bit of a sad emotion pop up as you say that. And he goes, well, shit. Never know how much time we got, huh? Is there anything else you need, or want to traumatize me further?
I think we've done enough, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, best of luck. Thank you for your cooperation.
Sure thing.
Shall we?
Matthew is gonna nod and start to make his way out.
To
Dania is gonna follow after as well.
Okay. All of you are escorted out as he gives you guys a wave. When you look back and closes the door, you step back out into the dock district. It's the end of the workday for you guys. So I assume all of you go back to the city hall, give the account of this friend of the couple, and what after that?
Donnie is pretty much just going to go to where, like the labs, and wait for that autopsy.
Gonna be working overtime?
Working 9 to 5.
Well, everybody else.
I want to go talk to Grilla.
You said it's the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
And we didn't get the autopsy back.
No.
Can I
Not gonna
sneak
wait
out
till
and
for
go to
tomorrow
the
for Magic.
autopsy?
Much as
What'd
we
you
can go
say?
home.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if it's the end of the day and there isn't anything else other than like potential rest to do, I think Alloy would want to try to be more productive, and they know right now they're not allowed to fully go out and do stuff and be free, so they're not like, could I just like kind of like eyeball how I might be able to evade, because like I'm used to not urban settings, so I'm not too comfortable with thinking about like trying to get the slip. But the reason is Alloy never saw the body, but they want to know the facts about it. So they don't know that there's an autopsy going on, but they're gonna try to figure out information on the lady, because that's their emotional tie to this thing, is just like, oh god, they feel really bad for this lady.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I mean, you could probably ask your supervisor,
Excuse me, could I
Miss
go to the
Kai. Miss Kai, that's their name.
Excuse me, Miss Kai. I wanted to know if I could get any information on the case that's going on that I'm involved in, because I kind of can't not know about it. And since I'm trying to work, I can understand if there is some clearance and things like that, but like maybe since I'm already the one that knows it, maybe it's just like you that doesn't need to know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know, but I kind of am not feeling like I've done the most today, and I think I can be more useful.
Oh, I totally understand, sweetheart. Unfortunately, I think that's sort of classified information for you at the moment, especially since you are pending trial for what you did. But if you want to know about more about the Joneses, I'd be happy to talk about it.
Oh, actually, that would be wonderful. Do you have? I don't have anything to write anything down, and I feel like that's going to be really important.
Oh, don't worry, I do. And she goes into her chest.
Thank you
and
so
a
much.
quill.
Lovely. Yeah. I would love to hear anything you want to. I'm trying to get a bird's eye view, if you will.
Oh, 100%. And just so we're clear, I can't say anything in regards to the case, but in regards to who they were as people, well, check this out. First,
Can I ask like a couple specific questions
we're just doing role playing
from the Ram? Oh my gosh, sorry. I thought I thought that was a prep of firstly and then like the ellipses. My bad. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yes, continue. I'm so sorry.
First of all, okay, Mrs. Jones, Miss Maybelle Jones, she's a moon elf. All right, I don't know what you know about moon elves, but they're very secretive. Okay, they don't really like people knowing the business. You know, a little bit opposite to us tieflings. You know, we kind of are a little bit of a gossips, but that's what I know first and foremost. And then second of all, this woman was folk artist. And what do folk artists from Move Elven province talk about all the time? Well, you guessed it, the moon. But more often than not, moon elves use the moon as a source of like how people from the Dark District here see the sea as a guiding figure, a mother, a source of faith, if you will. And so a lot of moon elves like to use the moon as in their songs and their plays and whatever they do in their music, their composition, as a means of confession, right? And Miss Maybelle Jones was she was very relatable to the emotional community, okay, if you will, as if the water and the moon, the tides, you're getting the symbolism here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot about heartbreak. It was a lot about trying to find self-acceptance. It was a lot about keeping the ones that you love the most close to you, right?
Like neutral folk hotel, like neutral milk hotel joke.
And then the elves in general are very emotional creatures, okay? I mean, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Can't relate, but it's wonderful. And so the moon elves, they know a thing or two. The elves in general know a thing or two about loss, okay? They know about things being taken away from them unjustly. And so with Maybelle Jones, some other fans speculate that she just wasn't very much a people person. She felt outcast. She felt like she couldn't talk to people, not because she didn't like people, but just because she felt like the relationship with herself was sacred, right? Mm-hmm. And whoever she let within that sanctity of herself, you know, she didn't take it upon herself to project that onto other people. Now, this is all just speculation, right? This is just me
you
hearing
think she cheated on it?
Oh. Anyone can cheat on anyone. If people want to cheat, they're gonna cheat. All right.
That's true.
So I can't really.
But it depends which way the moon waxes, you know.
I suppose that's true, but I can't really confirm or deny. Not gonna lie, I don't really care about that. As far as Ricky, though, apparently he is just the bee's knees. He's a trauma. He's friendly. He's a gentleman, right? And he's half Goliath. There are so many insinuations with that about the size of somebody's whatevers equals the size of the other whatevers. You know what I'm talking about?
Gross.
Right. Exactly. No. Exactly. So, but no, I've never met the man. But that's all I really know about him.
Was he working on anything upcoming? I saw something. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be funny, but like I'm involved in the case a little bit. I saw something in their house, and then they pull out the like actual evidence that they did steal from the house, and it's just like the Romeo and Juliet fan page intro that they had like written down the script that you said, parchment loose.
Did you say that was evidence?
Well, I mean it was there, but then I touched it, so it's like, if a tree falls and the urn smashes, is there really any dust on my feet if I took a bath?
Give a persuasion check with advantage.
Hell yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna use that. Okay, persuasion. We got a hot ready 15.
Now, honey, like I already said, I don't want to lose my job here, okay? I have people to take care of. I have a son to take care of. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
I just work here.
Well, so do I, But I will say, yes, I mean, it's a little bit of a given, I would guess, that actors constantly are getting offers for jobs. They have to read scripts. They have to do all the things, make all the decisions, make sure which one is the highest paying one or the one that would look better for their image. So I wouldn't put it past him that he was working on multiple projects at the same time. He was very popular.
If I'm trying to think, because they're both dead, so I'm trying to think why that would happen. And if she wasn't cheating because of the moon, and he wasn't likely cheating, what if someone wanted him to cheat? And I'm thinking about these gnomes. I've been thinking about gnomes a lot, and then they're gonna start speaking gnomish, because I'm pretty sure that is one thing they have practiced a little bit. They're gonna recite just like one of the lines. I've been getting really into this. What if this is something important?
I'm not too sure about that. Would you like some ice cream?
Oh my god, that'd be so cool. And then they just crumple up the paper and put it away.
Let's go get some ice cream. And she she goes ahead and takes you to a gelato place, and you guys enjoy your evening. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Lovely. So, with that, right. Kadani, you wait, and you wait, and you wait. Where are you waiting?
She's likely waiting outside the lab. Has tried to flag down somebody to see if they're get a timeline on when the autopsy is going to be completed.
Sure thing. So, you wait quite a bit of time, and to the point where like there's barely anybody here other than the people who live here. And coming out of the medical examination room, you see a half elven person who closes the door behind them and takes out a big metal key and locks the door and catches you. And as they go, hello, can I do anything for you?
I was waiting for the autopsy for Rick and Mabel Jones. I was informed it might be done by end of day, and just wanted to see about the turnaround time.
Oh, yes, that they are definitely in the queue. We were a little bit short staffed today, so we weren't able
Oh,
to get to that. But
what
we're sort
happened?
of
Is everyone okay?
oh oh yes, yes, everyone is fine. It's New Day. It's a little bit short staffed on New Days and stuff like that. But we're sort of focusing a little bit more on the Globe Snatcher, a little bit more of a bigger deal. I'm sure you already know, but Ricky and Maybell will be examined tomorrow morning. I can assure you that.
Okay, so the autopsy is going to be tomorrow morning. And real quick, I do have a question.
Mhm.
Based off of what Dottie did look at the paperwork, what is going on with the Globe Snatcher?
You're gonna have to hold on that.
All right. Well, okay. So it's gonna be done in the morning. All right. Okay. Wanted to see as to what other information we could gather. What is your name?
My name, oh, my my name is Lutusha.
Letitia? Kadani. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And she obviously abides by it. She goes, yes, it should be done in the morning, but of course it is your guys' case. I'm assuming, and so you will be notified as soon as possible. Um, I'll even put in a good word, but yes, the Globe Snatcher is taking up more of our time.
Okay, I understand. All right. Well, you have a wonderful night. Sleep well.
You too, hon.
And Donnie is going to wait until she is out of eyesight, and then she is going to stomp her feet like a toddler and just go "Run," and like go on up back to the barracks, likely where Drench probably is, if he's there.
Well, sure thing. As you're traveling through the hallways and you get to the lobby to go upstairs to the barracks, um, you hear a voice in your head. Well, 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 look who's back in town. Meet me in the courtyard, darling.
And this is Jackal from the Sins, if I.
Yes.
Okay. And I assume he's meeting in the courtyard here at the office.
Yes, outside by the peace bird.
Gotcha. Donnie is. It's late at night. Donnie is. It's likely that all the others have gone home. Likely, yes.
Yes, yes, very likely.
Donnie is gonna do a sending to Drench and just go, Jackal wants to meet me in the courtyard, wanting you to know in case I don't come back.
I had food. I was going to ask where you were. Do you need backup? Wait. I remember. I can't. She can't reply. She'll have to send over. Yeah, that's it. That's all he says.
I think that's going to be up to Drench's decision if he wants to come out. I think Donnie is not going to use it again. Though, actually, would you say the barracks is within 120 feet of where Donnie is?
Yeah.
Okay. Donnie is going to take a few seconds, more seconds, even more seconds, as she calculates where is the barracks in her brain, and is going to try to do a message to see if she can remember exactly where Drench's bed is. And go, you can. And if you want me to roll for that, I'm more than happy to do so.
Yeah.
Oh, there's where the gay dice is. Alright. I'm not using you. Which one do you want me to use?
What specifically are you trying to do? Remember?
Just trying to remember from based off of where she's at, where exactly the Barretts are located and where Drench's bed is located.
Well, actually, you wouldn't have to roll for that. I mean, you've lived there for quite a while now. You know exactly where everything is.
Alright. So she's going to send that message, and it's going to be just a, if you can, yes, please.
Okay. As you walk outside the nice night cool air. Oh, right, wait. I can do city center night mode. I forgot. Yay.
Whoa. Damn, that's a pretty city. Jeez.
So, as you walk outside, it's pretty much what the picture is. It's pretty well lit in this area, so it's not spooky or scary, and of course it's not too late outside, and so there are other people walking around, going about their evenings. But you do see a figure with a black and teal cloak sitting on a bench. This is quite clearly Jekyll, as you see the profile of his face with his pointed nose and his blonde hair peeking through the front of the hood as he looks over to you. Nice to see you again.
Evening.
Come sit, if you'd like, I mean.
If it's okay, I would prefer to stand. I'm just about to turn in for the night.
Of course. It's no problem at all. Kadani DeCanto, or should I say, Kadani Veilstrom. Is that right?
One of them.
Right. You have quite the history amongst the streets of Tania, so I've heard, at least. I didn't realize your resume as an enforcer would include lying, but I guess that would have been foolish of me, right?
Lying?
Well, yes. What was the name of that, a fictional, comical name of a person that you referred me to? Sabine or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she doesn't, fucking exist. So, imagine my surprise that although I was very, very appreciative of the compliance to my request for the floor plan of Mr. Deluna's abode, still lied to me. I don't really like that at all.
I
Which
mean,
also
it wasn't a
means...
lie. Singing does exist if you go speak to the people of the Red Diamond.
But she doesn't actually exist. There's a difference.
I mean, is she imaginary? I'm not really understanding the lie. This is legit. Dottie is confused.
That's not really the matter here, I suppose. That also means that red-haired friend of yours, I was aware that you had accompanied her in requiring these documents.
Okay.
Can you not see how this might be a little suspicious to me, as she also owes me a couple of things, contacted me about a gnomish woman that you were engaged with. I don't know if that was all that.
A gnomish woman. I'm not familiar. I'm not seeing the problem. We gave you what you asked for with little to no problems. What you do with it is on your side.
I just want to make sure that even though that wasn't part of the deal, I'm still a sinner, darling. And he stands up and walks towards you just a little bit, not fully up to you. Even though it wasn't part of our plan, should anything happen to upset said plan, I guess I know exactly where to find the both of you and your little gang of investigators.
Yeah, we work here. And she gestures to the city hall. It's not too much of a secret, but I understand your frustration. But I've been nothing but honest with you. And she holds
Not
out her
just
arm.
you.
If you want to check my pulse, you're able to.
Not just you. And by you, I guess I mean the grand you. I know where all of you live, which means I also know where all of your families live, Miss Veilstrom. Should anything happen to them, it would be very unfortunate, wouldn't it?
Far into my family history did you investigate? How far?
I know of a couple of siblings that you care for deeply,
Keep going.
and
What else? Tell me where the Veilstrom name originated. What does my family work in?
sort of a disgrace of a helping people now, even though it was very, very impressive beforehand. Quite vicious, I might say. I would have been afraid if it was still in that standing, but to my understanding, right now it's not anymore.
People involved with all that are still very much alive, sir. What they choose to do now does not change what they did back then. I trust that you understand what I'm getting at with is that threatening my family is gonna lead into a bigger pile of worms than you're willing to deal with. Because they're a lot bigger than what the sins are. And I understand your threat to my friends and their families, which I don't quite appreciate, considering I've been nothing but compliant with you, sir. I have done what you said, and I have done what you asked. Whether or not you're not happy with how that information got to you is not my business. I gave you the information you're looking for. And you seem to think that I have lied to you. And at no part did I ever lie.
Lying by omission is a thing.
Lying by
That's-
omission is just not telling the entire truth. And I didn't owe you that. And you don't owe me telling me the entire truth, such as how did you even come across the Veilstrom name?
We both clearly have our secrets.
Mhm.
Touché, Miss Veilstrom. Touché. All I'm saying is, I think you and I is more similar than you think.
Real quick
And-
here, real quick. DeCanto is my chosen last name here. I would prefer to be called that.
Sure. Continuing with the lying, I suppose. But no matter.
Why are so many people so attached to their last names? It makes no sense to me. Anyway, I apologize. Continue.
Right. I hope you have a good evening, Mrs. Vedelstrom. Oh, sorry, Decanto.
Thank you.
And I hope that lover boy of yours enjoys the visit I pay him. And that's when he disappears. And in that moment, you feel a little bit of a vibration coming from the bracelet, the seashell that your brother had given you, as it lights up, reminding you that he is thinking of you. Oh, we leave that scene.
I will say Donnie is going to do a sending to Adrian just to go, "Morning. Jackal appeared here in the courtyard. I know we had hoped he was gone, but he appeared here, tried to be threatening."
You hear almost immediately back, are you okay?
Donnie is going to use another sending. "I am just fine. I'm safe. Are you safe?"
I'm perfectly fine. You don't worry about me. Come over.
Donnie is thinking does have one more sending. But you said Drench is standing in the doorway. And Dawson said, Donnie is going to turn around and she's going to see him give a small little wave and walk on over. How much of that did you hear?
I assume that the fountain is far enough away that I couldn't have heard any of it unless they were speaking very loudly.
Correct.
I was keeping an eye, not an ear. Unfortunately, it was too far to hear anything, but not far enough to get there if I had to.
I appreciate it. He basically threatened to go after my family, which I would be angry about if you didn't. Let's just say that I don't think going after my family would work out very well for him. Appears he didn't really do too much of his research. I'm more worried about the families of our friends here. But that's just a continuous threat that he's given to us. He seems to be after DeLuna. He was more angry, it appears, that about the persona that I put on. I haven't established her enough, so got a little angry about her non-existence. My last name, weirdly enough, I don't understand people here in Pyre's obsession with last names. And like I made a chosen name. I don't know. Do you think we need to? He seems to go after Duluna. I'm probably gonna head over there. He asked me to come over, which maybe I go to protect or whatever. But do you think we need to let Matthew and Maeve know?
That I unfortunately don't have the ability to let them know at this moment unless I go and speak to them directly. Which I can do if we need to, but I feel like if anything is going to happen, it probably will not be tonight, especially after threatening you directly.
I just want to go to sleep.
I have food, but if you have other plans, then I will gladly let someone else have it. That's up to you.
Honestly, I just really want to go to sleep, but I'm also worried about because he said that, oh, he's gonna go attack Adrian, and I'm worried about that.
So he does know, though, right? That you told him that might be a possibility.
Yeah, I sent him a message stating that it could be a possibility. I have. Yeah, I think I'll probably go and check up on him because if there is going to be an attack, I want some backup and stuff.
Let's hope there's not, but either way, I feel like that would be fine to do.
All right, well, you have a good night. Autopsy report says they'll be done in the morning. They state that they're working a lot on the what was the name of the case? I almost called Vesper. That's not the right name. That's Viper. Viper's working on the Globe something. I don't know. I forget exactly what that case is about. Apparently, the autopsy place is working really hard on it. So they will be getting that information in the morning.
All right, I will do that. I will make sure to go deal with that. You look tired. You should
Well,
get some sleep.
we got in at 4 a.m. this morning.
I don't think so.
What was that?
I don't think that's.
I am so sorry, Mia. My brain did not comprehend what you just said.
I said I don't think that's true.
Yeah. Well, we did. We got in to the city hall late due to the celebration.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes. Bad.
You know what? She's gonna use sending and go, as much as I would love to come over, I am exhausted from the party last night. Do you need me to come over to help you? To assist?
Oh no, don't worry about it. I just want to make sure that you're okay and that I know you're safe. Have a good night, Kadani.
And Donnie is gonna nod and look to Drench and just go, okay, I'm gonna head up to the barracks and I think I'm gonna go pass out. I am tired and everything that we consumed last night's not really helping. It's kind of just all hitting me all at once. So.
Alright. Are you needing food at all or no?
I think I just want sleep. I appreciate it.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, good night.
Good
Don't
night.
worry about it in the morning. I can go pick up the report or whatever.
No, I think as long as I get my 7 hours, 6 hours, I will be up and at 'em in the morning. Yay!
Alrighty then.
But you know, he called me by my grandpa's name. It was really weird.
Mhm.
Jekyll.
Why would he do that?
That's the last name that Grandpa had. And we kinda went with it, and then we started changing things to help out with the business and everything. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird and gross, actually. Like, oh, you're gonna be, your legacy is your grandfather, and my grandfather was like a creepy old man. He's creepy. And she like looks up at Dren. She's like, yeah, he was really creepy, and he was, yeah.
Well, as long as I don't know, people are weird. I'm learning.
All right, let's go to bed. And Donnie is gonna nod, and she's because the adrenaline from Jekyll being here is just kind of going away, and she is just exhausted. And she's, yeah, let's go. I'm going up to the barracks. Yeah. I'm probably gonna have to report to Bo that this happened, because, God, yeah. I don't have a sending stone. Maeve has a sending stone. Yeah. I'll report to Bo in the morning that Jekyll appeared in our courtyard. Yeah. Alright, let's go. Night night.
I might go for a walk if that's all right, just to get some fresh air after
That's
everything.
fair. That's fair.
All right. Have a good night. Get some sleep.
And Donnie is gonna head right back on up to the barracks. She is legitimately tired. And is gonna hold on to the seashell as she goes on up the stairs. She does feel that maybe she made a bit of a wrong choice of not going, but based off of just how tired she is getting up these stairs, I don't think she was gonna be able to make it to Talon. But she is gonna sit down and write some things down in her journal, and then pretty much just pass out.
Sure thing. And Jens, you're taking a walk?
Yeah, I have locations.
Okay. Well, actually, while you're walking, what would be the first location? What direction?
He probably would think Matthew could take care of his family, especially since I brain fart his servant. What's his name? I
Siraj.
totally forgot. Siraj. I'm sorry. I had a brain fart. Especially since Siraj is there and he knows that both of them are generally decent at protecting themselves and their families. So he's probably going to head towards the Dinlayan house and just let Mavrin know that this has happened. And that, yeah.
Sure thing. Absolutely. Okay. So, speaking of, we'll switch to Maverick. So, when you left for the day, you said you went to seek out a gorilla. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, just around about where Gorilla lives, well, a little bit more towards Corville University on that side of the district. And as you approach this dwelling, it's a little bit humble in the fact of, like, this house has seen some years. It's definitely probably one of the first established homes in this area. But there's lots of wild plants. Probably the only one on this strip where it's pretty unkempt and not very touched by the industrialization of the city. But you do see some glowing lights from inside, and maybe it brings back some memories of going over to this house after school and doing homework or talking gossip and stuff like that. But yeah.
I am going to take a deep breath and then go to the door and give it a nice firm little knocky knock.
After a little bit, you hear light footsteps as the door opens and you see Grilla in her down attire, with actually her hair down, which is very rare. She likes to be seen as professional most of the times. Her face of curiosity turns into sort of a muted look as she stands in the doorway. Hello.
Hello, dear. How are you doing?
I am fine.
Insight check?
Sure.
Oh! That's a nat 20.
She is doing the thing where it's like, I'm telling you this because that's customary. Not that she's really being truthful with you.
Grayla, I think I've known you long enough to know when you are not being truthful.
She just stares at you.
Great. Alright, well, I have a more work-related question for you. If it's too late, I can come back tomorrow, but I figured I would try and stop by before I went home for the night, if that's alright with you.
I think I would rather not, actually. It's sort of offensive that you would come to my home after clearly offending me the night prior, just to ask something of me. So, you can actually leave and not talk to me for quite a bit of time.
If that is
Until you've come to your senses, as I know that's very hard for you.
Not
Have
my
a good night.
senses.
And she closes the door on you.
Good night. I'm going to go home.
Okay. So, you start heading home. And to get to your home, you open the door. And in the living room, you see that all the lights are on. You see your mother in the kitchen as she's just washing dishes, and she looks up at you, is like, "Welcome home, darling."
Hello, how was your day?
My day was wonderful. How was yours?
Not bad. Just happy to be home.
What did you say? It was spontaneous.
I suppose.
Well, I have a feeling it's gonna get a little bit more exciting and spontaneous as she's trying to hold in a laugh.
What did you do?
And then it's when you ask that, they hear surprise, and it startles you a little bit. And from when you snap your attention to the behind you, you see your Aunt Ellaby in all of her glory, sitting next to the couch, as she is smiling and starts running towards you and embraces you. Look at you all grown up! This is amazing!
To finally give some good news today. Hi! Hello! How are you?
Your mother is just dying laughing as your aunt goes, "Oh, I'm positively wonderful. I'm so happy to see you. Look at you. You're an entire elven woman now."
Half elven, but yeah, I've grown a bit.
The elven part's all that matters to me. So, come sit down. Tell me everything. And your mother says, "Well, I've already told her everything, but of course she needs to hear from the horse's mouth."
Oh,
Well, I'm just trying to be respectful.
I'm sure Mother did a perfectly fine job of recapping the life of Maver and Delayan. So, what about you? How are you doing? Yeah, let's talk about you.
Oh, it's been a lot, I mean, Charis is Charis. But things are getting maybe a little bit more scary, but I feel like, given our family history, everything's always been a little bit scary. But in terms of me personally, the scary bits, I suppose, are just, dealing with those orphaned kids. But that's a little bit of a sour course of conversation. I mean, when you have a sibling on the way, and your mother visibly cringes at that. It's like,
Yes, Mother and Father have been busy, haven't they?
oh, they certainly have. I mean, we've gotten a lot of things from our mother. I mean, Carla, she was paranoid. She was, I guess, a little bit cheeky, but that is definitely something that runs in our family. And Alyssa goes, "Please, sister, not in front of the children." And speaking of children, let's not talk about that. Tell us more about Charis, sister.
Please.
And Olivia goes, "Oh, no, I don't want to talk about Charis. It's the same thing, all thing. Mother's fine. Just a shot in as usual. I mean, come on. I want to know if I'm having a niece or nephew." And make an insight check for me.
Oh, 6. What's happening?
So, with that 6, your mother and your aunt are sitting next to each other, and they just look so incredibly similar. All three of you, really. And you know your mother, and you know your aunt. Your aunt is very excitable and with the smile and the wide eyes that she's giving. Your sister with her hand on her thigh. Your mother is kind of looking at your aunt in a certain way that you can't really place. But your aunt recoils a little bit and goes, "What? Am I weird for wanting to know that? I mean, you already had 2 of them. You think you're gonna get a boy this time?" And Elisa goes, "All right, I'm serious. Your aunt came here to visit you girls so you could spend time with her. I suppose that it would be a little bit of a refreshing thing given," and then Ellaby chimes in, "given how terribly awful your other aunt is."
Yeah, she's pretty horrific. Kidding. Wait, are we talking about my father's aunt? Oh, are we talking about...
Yes, a cold
Okay,
human
thank
woman.
God. Yeah, she's horrific.
I mean, the audacity of her to just come up in here, start judging everything. It's insane. And Elisa goes, "As a sister, but that is Bertrand's family. There has to be a certain level of respect at some point." She goes, "Oh, sister, if there's anything that I've ever told you, it's like, don't take crap like that. Marrying that man came with its risks, but this is not one of them. You have 2 beautiful half-elven children that you have to take care of now. Show them how to take life by the... you know what." And Elisa is just shaking her head.
I think Mother actually might be right. I wasn't the kindest to my aunt Camilla. So, maybe a little respect is owed.
I bet she deserved it.
Yeah, I guess. Sorry, it's been a long day.
Well, tell me all about. Tell us all about it.
I don't know that it's appropriate for little ears. Kind of gesturing to Landrin.
Oh, Landrin's not there.
Oh, I thought you said she was in there. Okay, never mind. No, it's an ongoing investigation, so I'm not sure how much I can say. It involves some high-profile people, so.
Ooh, investigation. Who would have thought? You know, my niece being an official of an entire city. I mean, if it was going to be any city, it would be this one, I suppose. Your mother and father really did a lot for the two of you. I hope you know that. Like, Elisa goes, sister. And she's like, what? It's true. You think if they would have the same opportunities back at home? Oh, who knows when the next person is going to be got? It's like, there you go, with your reality checks. She goes, I'm just being honest as all. Anyways, what about marriage?
No, I'm not seeing anyone really.
Oh, darling, you have Beau. Am I incorrect about that?
No.
That, Matthew, sir?
How do you know that, Mother, did you, no.
Oh, darling, everything gets back to me. Your father's talked to me about a lot of things.
No, no, I don't think it's like that.
Oh.
Sorry. No, I'm single.
Okay, obviously no rush. We have plenty of time. I mean, fingers crossed. Stars are bidding. No rush at all. Just make sure it's with the right person.
That's what I'm trying to do.
It's at this moment, the drench, you approach. What do you do?
What do I do?
Yeah.
Where would I be at this current point in time?
Well, if you said you're heading towards the Dinlian, then you're on their dwelling.
All right. Not knowing what's going on inside, he'd give a gentle knock.
I'll get it. I'm gonna go right to the door. Open it up.
And there he stands.
Hi, friend.
Hello. I hope I'm not in. That was. Sorry. I don't know what there.
Accent by proxy. I'm infecting your tongue.
Too many elven accents going on at once.
Sorry.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. No, you go ahead.
No.
I hope I'm not intruding anything. I did not.
Oh, it's that drench, darling.
Yeah. Is it work related? Would you like to come in? Do you want to go fresh air?
I was going for a walk and planning on continuing it, but I wanted to make sure you knew something. Could you step out for a moment? Just for a second. It
Sure.
should not be that bad.
I'll be a little bit. You catch up, you two. Step out, close that door. What is it?
Kadani had a visit from our friend, yours and her mutual friend, Jekyll, right? Is that how you pronounce his name?
She's grabbing Drench by the arm and pulling him into an alleyway. What do you mean she visited Jekyll?
No, she did not visit him. He visited her.
What did he want?
He was, from what she told me, he was just upset at some things, and obviously, as people of his nature do, he was threatening her, and apparently found out some stuff about her.
What?
and Just her family and stuff, but apparently, I don't worry about her family. From what I can tell, they can hold their own against someone like him, if it came down to that.
I don't think so.
Which is why I came to you, because if he is threatening her, then you and Matthew and I and you, all of your families are probably within his sights as well.
So he didn't mention me then? Or anyone else, I mean.
From what I heard, he kind of did, just as a general threat, but not that he was going to do anything directly yet.
Was there? Did he specify why? Me? Or her?
I did not hear the conversation. I have just from what Kadani told me directly afterward, but he's just upset at some information that she gave him that wasn't to his liking, which I don't know.
I think I need to speak to Kadani.
She's probably sleeping right now, but tomorrow I'm sure she will be wanting to talk.
Okay. Thank you for letting me know, and if you would please not mention that. Just be careful who you say this to.
You are the only other person I was going to say this to.
Say what to? And from
I thought
behind
we walked
you-
away.
You did, but approaching the house in this moment, you're starting to see Bertrand, who is holding the hand of Alandrin, as they are returning home, from an outing. And
Okay.
Alandrin goes, as she runs up to you, starts hugging your leg. I haven't seen you in so long.
I apologize. That is my bad. I have not come to visit as much as I should have. And it is just about Case. Speaking to Bertrand, about answering his question.
Ah, sorry. Official
Yeah.
enforced business, I understand.
Indeed.
Does this mean you're going to be babysitting me again?
I would like to say yes, but I can't make promises that I don't know I can keep. But I will try my best when I can.
You try your hardest, your absolute hardest. Because of Alright, Elandrin. I'm sure he gets the picture. He goes, wait, I have something to say to you.
Oh yes?
And in Draconic, she proceeds to say, where is the bathroom? I don't know where I am. Can you please help me?
He's just smiling big. That is very good.
You like it?
It is good. It is. You've got the accent pretty much down.
Yes, he says. All right, darling, go inside and say hi to your mother and your aunt. Okay. She runs inside. Whew. Seems like she's really getting the hang of this whole interacting with people and Stranger Things. I think we may need to talk about that.
Probably for the best, yes.
Especially if she's learning another language other than Elvish and Common. It only widens the spectrum.
She's doing really good in her Draconic class, I hear. So
She's doing magnificent. I'm so proud of her. But sorry, I will go inside now. Official enforcer business, none of my business. as he.
No, it is a. I was just leaving. I've come to tell you what I needed to, and I'll kind of pat Maeve on the shoulder.
Uh,
I hope you all have a good night.
Thank you,
You
Drench,
too.
for stopping by. Take care.
Yes, and come by any time.
I will do my best. He smiles and walks away.
What's wrong with you?
Just long day. Didn't get that much sleep last night, so I think it's catching up with me.
Oh, yes, well, I don't think your aunt being here is gonna help on the energy part of it. I'd
No.
say they still have fun.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be an interesting visit.
I think she said something about a girl's day as well, as he starts to hold your hand and walk you to the door.
Oh, oh, good. Sounds great.
Especially with those new nail pigments on their eyes, and Angela's been talking about forever about them as he opens the door and lets you in.
Well, you know, whatever Landon wants these days, I think we can give her. So if she wants nail pigments, well, you know, figure that out.
So, you step inside your home, and you enjoy the rest of the evening, have dinner and whatnot with your family, plus your aunt. Now, Drench, is there anything else you'd like to do before the night ends?
Yeah. Would he remember that alleyway that him and Tanji and Mavrin, was it, that was with them, got caught in?
Yes. That was in more of the sketchy areas, like back alley areas of Talon, at the knock door of the Sin Hub, yes.
Yeah, he's just gonna, if it's close enough, he's gonna go there.
Sure thing. Yeah. So, making your way over there. It's very dark at night. And more hooded figures, again, with their carts filled with stars know what, living and not, as they try to sell for illegal profit. But as you continue, nobody really tries to mess with you, given what you are. But you come across the alleyway with the abandoned merchant shops and stores and clothing areas. The single lantern at the end of the alleyway. As you approach and turn that secret corner, where it just seems like it's all brick, but you know a little bit better than that, as there is a door.
Before
do
he
you do?
goes into the alleyway, he's going to cast light at the end of his staff just to help him see. And
Mhm.
right before he enters, he's going to hold his breath. And
Okay.
just keep holding. And he's going to walk in. And just kind of go to the middle, keeping an eye out for anybody that might be around.
Yeah, sure thing. You don't see anybody. It's not like it was the first time you were here, where you were immediately confronted by members. And you approach the door, and do you knock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Knock. And you wait. And you wait. And nobody answers.
He's gonna look around just to make sure nobody's like on the roof watching him from above or anything.
Yeah, you can make a perception check if you'd like.
Okay. Okie dokie. Where's that? Its perception is right here. 21.
So, close your eyes for a second and really open up your ears, and you don't hear anything other than, the small bit of ruckus from a few meters from where you came from, the merchants and the beggars and whatnot. As you look around, look above you, you don't see anybody. But then, when you look back towards where the alleyway goes into more of the main street, you see a female human with auburn hair, corset and dress, sort of like a maroon colored cape draped around her. Good evening, sir.
He's gonna. Dang. I was gonna say he's gonna look around to make sure nobody else is watching him, but that's the same thing. Hold on one moment, please. Let me double check that they've done this correctly. He's going to walk up to her, kind of keeping his distance. Can I help you?
You seem lost. Can I help you?
I am right where I would like to be. I'm assuming that you don't know I am here.
Oh no, I don't. I thought you needed help.
Do you know who I'm here for?
Oh well, yes. But I know nothing of that.
You can tell him that if he wants to threaten anyone again, he will have me to face. And I will make sure that he regrets it.
I understand that you're furious. And she walks away. And then walks through the wall right next to you. But like I said, I know nothing of that. What I do know is that you can see things. See things that others cannot. Am I right?
Why do you care?
Well, can you see me? As she smiles very widely and then disappears.
Just for just in case. It's not like a verbal or somatic thing. You can just do it. He's gonna use the Eyes of the Grave real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do it as an action. You know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected from divination magic until the end of your next turn. Yeah, just real quick, just in case. He's getting sketched out by how she's walking through walls.
You do not detect any undead.
Oh.
But soon, as she is now above you, looking over the roof, you shall know why. As her head slowly slinks back.
He's confused, but he will leave. He's got his message sent, and he'll leave and head back, keeping an eye out for people who are following him. Sorry. I think I'm cut out. What did you say?
Oh no, I didn't say anything yet. Should they need you, heed the call. She says behind you as you walk away. And she, once again, walks through the brick wall right next to her. And we take ourselves away from that scene. And we travel over to the Bleakwood estate, okay? As you've been traveling for a little bit of time.
How am I
Matthew,
supposed to rival that, dude?
I keep forgetting to change the scene.
I'm getting ice cream.
Yes, you are. You had a great night with your gossipy supervisor. Can't say the same for everyone else.
Jesus.
We're now at the Bleakwood estate. As you approach your home, I assume you just walk right in.
Any mail, any sign of foot traffic at home?
Yes. Many. Many. As it was a day of training.
I was gonna say probably a class day. Fair enough.
But you do not have any mail, no.
Fair enough. Matthew will unlock his door and enter right in.
Okay. Your nostrils are filled with a roasted meat. You are now noticing how hungry you actually are. As Damien is in the living room to your left, as he seems to be coloring or writing or something. And he catches a sight of you and says, "Welcome home," as he starts to stand up and picks up a piece of paper. "I drew this for you."
Is that so?
As he hands you a hand-drawn photo of Damien himself on a stage holding a lyre, with lots of muscles This is me in the future.
That's very good. A promising future in sight. Oh, we should put that somewhere to see for inspiration.
Yes, as Val says, we need to manifest what we want for ourselves. Right, Siraj?
And Siraj is like, right on. How was your day, sir?
Quite full, I must admit.
I have prepared a roasted goose with root vegetables. No,
And it smelled
sugar.
delightful. Oh, sorry, I didn't want it to get.
That's okay. It should be ready in about 10 minutes or so. Need to crisp up the skin nice and perfect, but you are welcome to some tea if you would like some. I can make some.
Perhaps later in the evening, I'll take the time to wash a little bit. How was training session?
Business as usual. We are starting to transition into the actual weapons unit, which Damien is very excited about.
Yes, but I still need to use the wooden ones. I can't use the metal ones like the others.
I'm certain in due time you'll have the discipline to do so.
Not until Mommy says so.
That's a good thing. Won't want to disappoint her too much.
That's right. When she gets angry, she gets a little scary.
That she does.
Yeah. What about your mommy? Does she get scary?
As Siraj does that.
She used to be. For quite a lot of time.
What was she like? You never talk about your mommy or daddy.
And Siraj goes, well, Damien, you should wash up for dinner now.
He goes, is that a challenge?
As he picks up a wooden sword. Now, Damien, he goes,
What? You said best 2 out of 3. We haven't even done the 3 yet.
and Siraj glances at you in amusement as he picks up a wooden sword of his own. This is a sort of game we've made up. He is not quite fond of root vegetables, so I suppose I owe you it. As they start to get into a stance, and before you start to see Siraj and Damien go at it. And as they do so, what's Matthew thinking? What is he doing?
As you see, Damien picks up the blade and sparring against Siraj. At first it's innocent, and then Damien's flowing hair reminds him of his own for a brief instant, and immediately he envisions the training ground at his home. When he was training, he remembered the rows of siblings carrying blades, drawing blood at each other's.
Yes. You start to hear the clang of metal against metal in the back of your mind. Grunts of great efforts and the sudden odor and musk of sweat slowly accompanying each other as you start to ponder on the topic at hand, as you just stated. Damien and Sirash continue to fight before you as your attention begins to dissociate to a more youthful memory in your lifetime. Scene change. So, your eyes are fixated on the whipping winds and unrelenting snow that rages outside of a grand window on this 26th of Virtus 2, 1553. As you sit tall and try to steady your breath, head throbbing from constant focus and heavy blows, the palms of your hands peeling and raw from the practice grip of the hilt of your training blade, you can feel already start to form on various points of your abdomen bruises as your ears are bombarded by the high-pitched clashing of rapiers, ting, 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 and panting of your other siblings who sit beside you, as they are too recovering from their own duels against the one you all call Francil, a hulking 6'8", vicious predator of combat you all have been put up against for the past several months. You are met with his prowess as your attention is snatched by a yelp from your sister, Madeleine, who you see is currently holding her right arm in pain as the fresh wound spills on the training mat below her. Her face strewn in panic as she grips her weapon with the left, her hair a mess, blood spilling down her temple and the side of her mouth, as well as Francil continues to wield his weapon in incredible strength and speed, taking swing after swing and jab after jab, as he knows he's got her in a vulnerable state now. Madeleine whimpers and grunts to keep up, but it's no use, as Francil goes for a killing overhead strike. You don't see her attempt to parry, but rather, you see her drop her blade, fall back, and raise her hands up in fear. Just as Francil begins to strike down without hesitation, you hear two sharp claps cut through the air. And as quickly as it started, less than an inch from Madeleine, the blade stops in its follow through. Everyone's eyes jolt to the well-known source of the interruption, as Everin Bleakwood, first of her name, is sitting back in her viewing throne, her long brown flowing hair to one side of her shoulder as she stares with her lethal, unforgiving gaze at the scene before her. She closes her eyes and takes a drawn inhale as she slowly stands up, a rapier of her own peeking through the floor-length black fur cape that frames her muscular form. Francil draws back his weapon and sheathes it while he stands at attention. Everyone in the room is silent. Your other sisters, Marguerite and Marceline, trying to hide, laughs, biting their lips in anticipation, as the click of heels now fills the silence on the stone floor, as your mother, approaches Madeleine, who continues to pant and stays kneeling on the ground, trying to catch her composure and hide her shame. As she says, "My apologies, madam. It was foolish of me to shift groundedness." And she looks up, very hesitant to make eye contact, as Marceline now, not Marceline, Everin now stands before her and just gives a look of expectedness. As Madeleine nods and goes,
Should an enemy land its target, one must never allow the stance to be compromised.
and she looks up again, still kneeling, her head bowed, and coy. Your mother still expectantly staring at her.
That is how he advanced, and that is how I failed.
There's some more silence as your mother nods her head to the side, signaling for Francille to stand down and to go off to the side. She gives a little smile as she looks down at your sister and takes her hand and caresses down your sister's cheek to her chin. As she leans in close and says, "Such a pretty thing." Starts to comb through her hair. "You are a coward." As she raises her hand, insinuating a smack across the face, and Madeleine flinches. Your mother giggles once more. "Greatness, nobility, command, power. This is what I have built my name upon. The expectation I demand from all that reign in my legacy." She begins to stand before you all, pacing back and forth. "A Bleakwood knows the privilege of true respect. What it means to be a god with the ability to rid this forsaken continent of the pests that plague the purity of the human race." And she snaps her fingers, and you see servants of hers rush over like a great metal trash can of sort with wood inside of it. And she snaps her fingers again, and you see a maid grab a match and light it on fire. The wood inside the trash can. "To make our enemies bow and know their place amongst divine supremacy. A Bleakwood does not surrender." As she starts to walk back to Madeleine. "A Bleakwood does not have weakness. And yet, you dare kneel and cower like a child waiting for the release of death." As she once again combs through your sister's hair, fear plastered on her face. And she winces as your mother tightly grips the back of her hair and makes her stand up. "You dare show submission to the ones who should fear us. You dare show mercy." And your sister continues to whimper as your mother is dragging her by the hair towards the center of this training grounds with this fire. "Greatness, nobility, command, and power does not come from mercy. She turns to your sister. It comes from never knowing it. And she pulls back your sister's sleeve and her own and grips her hand in hers and goes, and above all, a Bleakwood does not run from pain. We embrace it. She looks to your sister once more and says, do not flinch. As she sticks both of their hands in the fire and just holds it there. And you see your mother, stone-faced, staring at your sister, not showing a morsel of pain. Meanwhile, your sister immediately starts to close her eyes, take deep breaths, beginning to pant. 30 seconds, 45, and you can see both of their arms charring, skin melting. You can smell it in the air now. Until finally, your sister breaks down and screams in pain as she snatches away her hand from the fire and holds it in her other hand as Everin still has her own hand in the fire and just laxly takes it away. And that is where we end.
Jones barbecue and foot massage. That's horrifying. Ooh.
Oh my god.
It's like Snowpiercer.
What the? What?
You know Snowpiercer?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Things
yeah.
are happening. We're getting low.
One
Uh-oh.
thing after another.
Respect
that's
the
confusing
level
context.
of drop.
You're like,
Jeez.
oh, how can I match that? What do you mean? How can you match what I did? What the frick was that?
Oh my god.
Deep backlore. What? I just talked to a scary woman. You just, well, huh?
I have a surprise.
Oh no, for
No
who?
more.
Surprise.
I'm scared of the surprises.
If you guys wanted a little bit more of a cinematic experience of what we just did,
I made this.
Oh,
Oh my god.
is that the recording of it?
This.
yes. Such a pretty thing. You are a coward. Greatness, mobility, command, power. This is what I have built my name upon. The expectation I demand from all that reign in my legacy. A Blackwood has the privilege of knowing what true respect is, what it means to be a god, with the ability to rid this forsaken continent of the pests that plague the purity of the human race, to make our enemies bow and know their place among divine supremacy. A Blackwood does not surrender. A Blackwood does not have weakness, and yet you dare kneel and cower like a child waiting for the release of death. You dare submit to the ones who should fear us. You dare show mercy. Mercy is the ultimate disgrace. Greatness, nobility, command, and power does not come from mercy. It comes from never knowing it. And above all, a Blackwood does not run from pain. We embrace it. Do not